What up, y'all? Welcome back to Yeah, I Said It. And today we got to talk about the Olympics. We're gonna talk about the NBA Olympic basketball team. Basically, that's what it is. We're gonna talk about the ESPN
This thing.
top 100 athletes of the 21st century. We gotta discuss this list. I'm gonna go over a portion, and we're gonna talk about it. Disagree or do you agree? Next on Yeah, I Said It Sports. Subscribe, y'all. Please subscribe. Comment down below. What's up? I said it. What up, family? Welcome back to Yeah, I Said It, the podcast for all things sports, the podcast for the fans and by us, the fans. I am your co-host, Chris, and I got Darius, Sean, and Blair with me today. What's up, fellas?
What up, my boy?
What is
What up,
going
Malik?
on? We're gonna start today's show off with talking about the USA basketball team. They have barely escaped the last two games that they have had. I've been having conversations with people, mainly Telvin, as he tells me how bad the USA team is.
Mainly Kelvin.
Um, it had to be him. So he goes on to say that they're probably gonna lose and that he's don't think that they're gonna win it all. They're not gonna get the gold. They just barely beat, what was it, South Sudan by 1 point,
Yeah,
and then
Germany.
Germany.
Germany the other night. And apparently LeBron was the guy that brung him home in these two games. He's the guy that brung him home. Um, you know, and the players is hey, it was all him. You know, Anthony Edwards out there like, hey, we got LeBron. That's what it was. So, how do y'all
Oh
feel? Do
man.
y'all think these guys are in trouble
Hell
in the
no.
Olympics?
No. Hell
Hell
no.
no.
Listen, man. Exhibition. Exhibition. If they would have lost to South Sudan the other day, who the fuck cares? This shit is like live practice for these dudes right now. They playing around with rotations. They seeing what everybody like, what's gonna work with who, and all of that stuff. First game, they gonna win by 20, and everybody gonna be like, "See, yeah, man, I knew they were gonna go out there and blah 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 blah." Just like my thing is, the niggas ain't lost and people is still mad. I'm like, what is they won? Who care? I don't care if they win by they don't won
It's
one
a
game
cycle.
by like 14. They don't won another game by like 20 something. They won one game by one. So it shows me that they could blow people out if the game get close. And they was down 16 at one point. It still don't matter. We still the best. That's what I got from all of that shit. So they might as well let it go, man. Let it go. These dudes is good. It's probably the best team we done had. Them boys ain't gonna lose.
The best team we done had, huh? Okay.
Given the competition that they facing, yes.
That's a good take. We gotta say that for another show.
No, we can save it for this one. We can expound on that. But yeah, I don't think am I worried?
Expand.
No, because I agree with you to this point so far, Darius. It is practice. It is a glorified practice, but that don't mean that they're not coming for their neck. Understood, as they should. South Sudan had played a great game, but in the end, they still lost.
Yeah, they got a lot of NBA influence on that South Sudan
Yeah,
team.
yeah, and they said that Luau Deng has because he's from South Sudan has given a lot of money to them. Apparently, they don't even have an indoor basketball court in South
He's supposed to
Sudan.
be building one
He's
now.
the president of like that basketball league, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which is dope, man. I think that's shout out to Luau Dang. That's dope as hell, man.
I mean, he got all that motherfucking money from LA. She should do something with that shit.
Shit, y'all the ones that came up with that.
Y'all
Man, they was just giving away money.
No. If history is correct, they thought that they could lure LeBron over there, and when they didn't get him, they went on here like, we got Luau Dang though, and gave him all
Boys
that
was
money.
like,
And I was like,
boy said Luau Dang so good, we'll pay him after he ain't playing.
bruh,
That shit crazy.
bruh, y'all gave Luau the bag, bro. He showed up and then he played a couple games. What was it? 1 year, and then the next year, y'all was like, yeah, bro, you could just stay at home. I
Bruh,
mean,
At least he doing something good with his money.
yeah,
the
I think,
great heist.
bruh, one of the best of all time. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I mean, it wasn't on him. So
Him and Kirk Cousins got
He
the same.
wasn't a bad player. He just hit at the right time, bro.
Nah,
yeah,
Gilbo got their ass too though.
yeah,
Gilbert Arenas.
yeah,
Oh yeah, he got hurt though.
I mean,
yeah,
okay, well, I'm about to say John Wall too.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But
John
I
Wall.
mean,
John Wall underachieved like a month.
yeah, he was really trying to get back to the game, and they didn't want to let him back in. But
His knees didn't hold up, bro.
yeah, yeah, it was like another Derrick Rose situation.
Nah,
I mean,
I
he
don't
was
think so.
he was that
He got
athletic,
in his
but
own way too.
that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, I don't feel like I'm not worried. I'm glad that they had the close games now for the practice runs or the friendly games as they call it. But I'm not too worried about what's going on right now. I just think that they didn't want to lose. They're like, all right, let's kick it up a notch. And LeBron like, yeah, we're not losing, but you know, so I'm gonna just step it up real quick. But I'm not worried. This team is too deep. Um, I'm not sure why they didn't put Jalen Brown on the squad and they put
Stop
one
acting
of the
like
role players on from his team on the squad. But hey, that's the story for
Because
another day.
it
Are
might
you
have been
worried
too
at
much
all?
they're
star
gonna
power.
play, bro. They're not gonna pull another dude that's not gonna play. They had no intentions on Jalen Brown playing. Derek White was already an alternate. Like there's a whole backstory to it. You could go with Jalen Brown and that's really what we doing Nike. That all might some of that might play a part. But like, bro, I don't think they plan on playing you. You coming off of all that stuff, you gonna end up on the pond. Somebody feelings gonna be hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
Facts.
cool to play for the country and all of that. Them dudes still want to play. So if you don't play, if you don't play in clutch time, they still gonna feel some type of way about it. Like they already got enough names, they don't need another name on the team.
That's fair.
I
Are
feel
you
like
worried at all?
About them losing,
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen anything that makes me nervous because I guess they don't really blow everybody out like they used to. Some of the games are closer
But they're
used
not
to be,
going to.
but it's all exhibition. So like, not really. I don't really feel like no, they in trouble because the game was close. Like, does it really matter if the game is close as long as they win? Like to me, y'all just used to them blowing everybody out by 40 points. That gap is just smaller. It's just a
yes,
smaller gap, man. Also,
yes.
when they like performing at your best is a thing. You know what I mean? And performing when it's crunch time is a thing. These dudes are all still sightseeing. They're going to places some of them have never been before. Not that the
Mm-hmm.
international play is a little different for some of these dudes. Like there's a few things I think that matter, but I'm like, I guess the idea is when it comes down to it, they win the game, which is all you can really ask for. Like you can't ask for them to blow everybody out by 40. Like this ain't that. This ain't that time.
And
Not to say that it can't be done, but like this ain't the same basket. Like those dudes are better now. The world is better. You know, just the world is just better. So no, I'm not worried. I feel like the reason they're talking about it is they don't have nothing else to talk about. So like sports is slow in the summer. Period. It always is. July is always a bad month because the only thing in July is baseball. Like literally, that's the only thing happening in the month of July is baseball. WNBA as well. Like if you're not into the WNBA, none of that matters. It's just baseball. And they don't talk about the WNBA that much because they only talk about sports that make money or that people care about. That's the same reason they talk about LA or they talk about Dallas. Like they talk about the stuff that people care about. And July is a slow month. July is so slow. For the first 2.5 weeks of the month, all they did was talk about Bronny and what he did in summer league games. When everybody tells everybody when the top dude has a terrible game, they be like, it's summer league, don't worry about it. They went and all this in-depth talking about Bronny and look what he did, and he scored 12 points today, and he scored 4 points yesterday. Like they had nothing to talk about. But literally because Bronny is LeBron's son, and it is a story that he got his son picked, even if it was with the 55th pick. They gave this dude #1 coverage. Like he was the #1 pick in the draft. Everybody's dissecting this dude's game as if the 55th pick is still in the league from 5 years ago. Like those dudes don't make it all the time. It only matters because like y'all don't even care about the three Frenchmen in the top 5. Ain't nobody talking about them. Now they're like, well, we don't get to see Bronny for like another month or so because they said he ain't playing no more in like that summer league or some other summer league. So like the idea that I feel like they had nothing to talk about, man. None of it is a story. Yes, it's always questionable when USA plays close games at a certain time. Like they're not in the Olympics. These are warm-up games. Should they lose? I don't think so. But could they lose? You have a bad day. All y'all had a bad day together. Technically, it should not be possible for all of y'all to have a bad day with the amount of talent on the team. But it could happen. Everybody can have a bad day together. They could drink some bad water. You can be in a bad city. Like something could happen. But everybody shouldn't have a bad day. So the idea of because these games are close, that they're going to struggle making it through whatever rounds they make it through. I'm like, they made it through in the FIBA joint and took like 3rd or 4th or whatever that was just last year. And they had nobody on that team, like a bunch of nobodies. They had 2 All-Stars on that team, Ant and Halliburton. Like those were the only people on that team that had any kind of acclaim or anything in the league on that team. So they should be totally fine. There's nothing to talk about. They always talk about it's bad in July, man. They don't know what to talk about. Can't talk about baseball because people don't care about baseball like that. So they talk about a lot of football. They still talk about basketball. It's just a slow summer, man. You only get to talk about the Olympics once every 4 years. This time, it was 3 years because of the pandemic or whatever. So it was a shorter window, but you still only get to talk about the Olympics every so often. And the Olympic team, now that they have like this who's who of people on the team, I feel like they're gonna talk about this team like one of the greater teams that had all-stars on it and one college guy. 10 future Hall of Fame. I don't know if all these dudes will be, but I'm saying like a team with 10 future Hall of Famers and like some great dude from college. Like that's kind of what this team is. It's a bunch of dudes they think are good. They have a history of being good. Some of them are going to go into the Hall. Some of them are going to be, life, whatever, scoring all this stuff. But the idea that like these dudes who are supposed to be these are supposed to be some of the better players in the league, actual people you put in the top 10, top 15 of the league, top 20 of the league. Like these dudes are all on this team. They should be fine. They got a few dudes that can close and are clutch. If it does depend on how they want it to look, but I think they should be fine. They might get some close games. No, don't get me wrong. I don't think they should, all of them may not be blowouts, but they should definitely be able to win a gold.
That's fair. Sean, are you worried at all?
Man, I ain't worried at all. I feel like AI, we talking about practice, bruh. Practice right now. So everything Darius is saying and Blair, I feel like, man, motherfuckers ain't got nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, we put so much emphasis on games that we created here in the States. So it's like we don't do it well. It's like, man, the world is falling apart. You know what I'm saying? So again, these dudes, they just out there really having sessions, man. They ain't really putting nothing formal together. They just hooping. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm not concerned, not a bit. I do think they're gonna win the gold. Um, shit. Yeah, that's really much all I got to say for real, man. I'm not concerned, not one drop, bro.
Summer is slow for something to talk about when it comes to sports, bro. It just
That's
is.
fair. That's fair. Uh, but I mean, let's talk about it real quick. Do y'all feel like this is the best Olympic team we've had since the Dream Team?
Oh, since the
Yes,
dream.
them
It's close.
boys probably beat them boys, man.
I don't know about that one, bro.
I'm telling you.
I don't know about that one. They got athletes, I will say that.
I'm not fighting that fight, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
don't know about
that's
that
just
one,
not
bro.
it's not
I
a
can't get in that either.
I'm not making a fight. That's just my personal opinion.
You are entitled to that, my brother.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
This team, if I'm putting
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one.
yeah.
true.
Shit, that don't mean that
But
mine stink like
I
yours
feel
do.
what you saying. I honestly do. But again, from my standpoint, I seen all them niggas, even Christian Leitner at Duke. I seen all those niggas play with my own two eyes. And comparing, just like Chris said in his well, no, Blair said in his segment, he don't know if them dudes gonna be Hall of Famers. We knew those dudes was Hall of Famers.
You know
You
why?
know what I'm saying?
You
When
know
They
they
had
why?
all
was
they
it
most of their
playing,
careers had
A
already
lot of
been
them were
in.
A
older.
lot of
Yeah, a
that,
lot of
mother.
them were
like
older.
I said,
I
a
get
lot of
that, but
that has
motherfuckers
to
was even AD, my man. But motherfuckers was
a
even
lot of
complaining
that
about him being in the top 100.
a lot of that also a lot of that is also gonna have to do with the time period that they in. The only
I
Hall of
get that as
Famers
far as the
live
talent
in
level,
yeah.
100%. But we can't, just because I'm
I'm
sweet and
not
you trash, you can't take away that from me.
I'm not penalizing them for that. I'm not penalizing them for that. But I'm also not penalizing this team. That's just something that I feel like that's something that fall in their favor. Just like you feel like they had all those Hall of Famers. I feel like a lot of these dudes going to the Hall of Fame and they definitely playing against better competition. That's
I
100%.
agree with the second part. I do see a few Hall of Famers on this squad. I do see that. But for real, we still looking at maybe 12 more years for Ant. Maybe the same for Halliburton. It's a few guys that's still not even in their prime yet. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Those
fine.
dudes was golden.
And that's their advantage. And these niggas coming off the bench.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It seems kind of
I got that five. First off, LeBron, LeBron, Curry, KD, Embiid, and whoever else you gonna put, man, you not beating them niggas, bro. You ain't beating them niggas.
Whose rules you using? The ones back then?
It don't matter.
It does. You
It
know it
does
does.
Yeah,
not
because
matter.
those old
It
rules,
don't
beat
matter.
Gary
Don't
Payton,
do
the
that.
glove is
I'm
gone,
gonna
so shut
So the
down
way you
Curry.
said it, so
I'm
the
gonna
way
tell
you
you
said
why
it
it
don't
don't. I'm
matter.
gonna tell you why it
Everybody
don't
on the
matter to
dream team
me.
back then can play right now. So if you're
I'm gonna
accepting,
tell you.
period,
I'm gonna tell you why it don't matter to me.
why
Because
it don't matter to you?
for one, the best player on this team, if they say it's LeBron James, bro, this dude get it out the mud. He ain't worried about scoring on nobody. This nigga Steph Curry not about to lose his shot just because he's playing these niggas. We consider this nigga the greatest shooter of all time with
What do
all
you mean
these
beat
motherfuckers
Steph
Hall of
up out
Famers
of his shot when he played Cleveland
and
because
and
they was
and
playing bully ball? Because
and
they was
Embiid
playing bully ball though, bro. Wasn't they
and
bullying him
M
out of his shot in those
and
playoffs? That
Embiid
was the whole
and
thing.
Embiid is gonna be the most unstoppable player on the court.
I don't believe that one.
Oh
Who
no.
guarding him? Who guarding
And
him?
listen, there's nobody on that
Who
Olympic
guarding
team.
him?
On the we talk about the original Dream Team, nobody
Man, because I
that
gotta
can
think of
even
a big. So I'm
can't
like, it's
nobody
Nobody.
can guard him at
It
all in
wasn't.
the
I
center
know
position.
King wasn't on that team. He was African, so
No,
it definitely wasn't a King.
no,
Who
He's
was the
not going to be able to
center?
guard him.
Patrick Ewing, Alonzo Mourning, and
It
wasn't it
was it
Patrick
was
Ewing and
it
Mourning
was
on that team?
Patrick Ewing
Oh,
and
David
David Robinson.
Robinson.
Oh, yeah, he'll have a problem. He'll have a problem. He ain't gonna shit on him, but
bro.
he ain't gonna.
MB,
He
like I
can
said,
shoot
and it's
threes.
gonna be exactly. He gonna spread the floor more. This
Y'all,
team is just a little more skilled, bro, and they got the size to compete. Cause Magic big, it don't matter. Cause LeBron out there.
Who y'all got guarding Jordan?
It don't. I feel like if you gonna have an advantage, I feel like this team got more advantages. Cause who gonna guard KD?
mm-hmm.
This nigga start. Who guarding KD? Who
If they
guard?
going by the old rules, that nigga is gonna be on the ground.
Hold on. If we going by the old rules, you ain't double teaming none of these niggas.
But
You
you can't
can't.
double team nobody on the other team either, bro. It's not like they got lack of.
I know, but what I'm saying is
They
this
got
team
lack
gonna
of
have
shooting though.
this team is
They
gonna
don't
have the
have
better
lack of shooting.
advantage, bro.
They didn't have
Yes,
lack.
they do.
You,
They
you can't.
who else
Hold
besides
on.
Bird is gonna be pulling it like that?
Oh, you
And Bird
talking
was
about
hurt.
like twos versus threes?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a lack of shooting, like
Team gonna spread.
long
If
range
you
On
shooting.
can't,
that team, bro, Chris Muller can
if
shoot hands down.
hold
Yeah,
on,
okay.
if you cannot double team Embiid and you can't double team KD and you can't double team LeBron, you just talking about one-on-ones all over. I'm definitely taking my favorable matchup with this team.
I don't know.
No,
I feel like they
Yeah,
have more
I don't know either.
unguardable players with their skill set. I feel like that they
I'm
got
looking
more
it up
unguardable
and
too
if you
though, but
players.
going, and then if you going with
yeah,
the
I'll put
double
Scotty
team,
on
I'm
KD.
taking this matchup again. That's just my personal opinion. I'm taking this matchup again, bro. Just
They have more
only
versatile
because
players,
this,
taller
yes,
players.
the skill set itself is more spread 1 through 5 versus you got David Robinson. He ain't doing shit outside the paint or Patrick.
Yeah, they doing something. Patrick had a jumper, bro.
And they put John Stockton
had
on the
Embiid
squad
jumper?
instead of Isaiah. So I'm definitely taking
This
that
nigga-
squad.
This
What
nigga
the
had
fuck?
Embiid jumper,
John
dog.
Stockton was on that squad, man.
What y'all mean, bro? No disrespect to John, but he ain't doing shit on this squad. Nah, hell no. No.
Hey,
No.
bro, do you know John Stockton's stats, bro?
Yes, I do.
Do
And
you
Yes,
know he? Hold
congratulations
on,
to
hold on,
him
hold
and
on, hold
his
on, hold on,
John
hold
assists.
on.
Stockton, one
But
of the
who is he
greatest
guarding,
ever.
Sean? You
Do
tell
you
me
do
who
you?
he
I don't.
guarding.
He guarded Isaiah Thomas, nigga. He guarded a lot of star point guards.
And
Motherfucker, he
Isaiah
had
did
guard
him
motherfucking
wrong. What you
the glove
mean?
4 times
Don't bring
a
up
year.
first of all, don't bring him
Sean,
up with the name
Sean,
Isaiah Thomas. He won 2 chips
I didn't
pretty much
hold on.
by himself with him and Joe
I'm
Sean,
not
Dumars.
comparing the
Don't be
two.
disrespectful
hold on.
You
to
played a Hall of
Isaiah the
Famer like
Thomas.
he was toilet paper.
Sean,
I'm not playing
Sean,
him. I said no
Sean,
Nigga,
disrespect.
hold
But
on.
he
what I'm saying
topping
is
assists
he
and
Sean,
ain't doing
steals,
nothing with
bruh.
this dude. He ain't
Sean,
great. And I got
Sean,
LeBron to replace all that shit he do.
Sean,
And he
do
bigger,
you
stronger,
think?
faster than
What's
everybody
up,
else.
Darius? Maybe you might be talking more sense than this
No,
guy over here.
I'm just ask you a question. Your answer is your answer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you think it? What do you think would be more of a problem for said team? Steph Curry guarding John Stockton or John Stockton guarding Steph Curry, bro?
I would have to use. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna answer it bluntly, but I'm gonna say it would be harder for John Stockton guard Curry. But
That's
that's
what
in
I'm
today's
saying.
world. In that world,
Even
I
in
think
that world,
he'll have.
you
I think
think
he'll have a.
John?
He won't be getting them threes off like that, bro. Back then.
Why
Chris. Hold on, Sean. It's Nick, bro. We done watch everybody try to guard Steph Curry. We done watch LeBron on this nigga. We done watched a lot of niggas that's got that. I know you would agree that's got better defense than John Stockton on Steph Curry, and this nigga is
That's why I
wetting.
said I put
Niggas,
GP on him, Gary Payton on him.
man, he wetting his ass too. He
Man,
wetting
y'all
his
niggas
ass,
crazy,
bro.
man.
GP,
Now
man.
I ain't saying. Listen, I ain't saying. Just imagine this. Like you just gave me a scenario. I'm gonna give you a scenario, and this is in any barbershop in the world. So, who's the star player of this team? Who's your ace?
Brown.
On this team,
Chris said LeBron. Who you
Brown
got?
is the ace.
yeah, probably LeBron, yeah.
Okay,
Brown.
okay. Now, Blair, who's the ace of the '92 Olympic team?
It was Jordan.
Who y'all picking?
I'm
Brown,
taking if these two teams playing each other,
No, we ain't talking. You gave me
taking
a
LeBron.
scenario. I'm giving you a scenario.
I know.
Who
What we
you
talking about?
picking?
I'm taking in this scenario. I'm taking LeBron, nigga. Cause what Jordan ain't passing the rock if
I don't never want to hear y'all niggas
hold
say
on,
motherfucking
hold on.
LeBron. I mean Jordan better than LeBron.
I'm
Man.
gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why, Sean. 9 times out of 10, no matter which time we playing in, Jordan ain't passing the rock in either scenario. This nigga LeBron gonna make the right play. And in a situation where I got all the best players and this nigga make the right play, that's what I'm living with. I'm living with if some shit come and this nigga Steph Curry wide open, this nigga dishing this shit to that nigga, and this nigga Steph Curry done turn to the motherfucking
Hey,
bench.
what's Steph Curry on that team that got smoked?
And
What's
shimmy
Steph
on
Curry
this
on that
nigga.
team that got smoked? That didn't even win shit?
No, this Steph Curry first Olympic.
Yeah, this Steph first Olympics, bro. The team that didn't win, that was like 06 or something like that.
Yeah,
It's like
that's way back. That's a
04.
completely different team.
Yeah.
Let me look that up. Well, I
But
see what
it
you
wasn't. These ones
saying,
about
but
the last 5
you
Olympics. They
still got Scottie Pippen that played. It's too many defensive players on that '92 squad. We can't really compare them. You know, that's 20 years
Yes, I
ago.
do. Yes, I can. Hey, I'm telling you why I think these niggas will win. That's what I'm telling you.
And
That's why I think
I
these niggas will
see
win.
what you saying, but I'm saying at that moment in time, when these niggas put on that motherfucking red, white, and blue, you can say 10 of them niggas is Hall of Famers. You can't say that with these niggas that got on the same uni.
Well,
That's why
how many got?
that's
I
the
1,
will
only
2,
say, bro,
difference.
I was
3,
Now, if we
4,
go pound
5,
for
at the
pound,
age
6.
of all of those dudes, they were like grown. Like nobody was younger than 20. Like David Robinson was 26. Like all of them were around their primes or going into it. Robinson was 26, Ewing was 29. I didn't know Larry Bird was as old as he was, but he was 35.
Who the,
Like
who
Pippen
the,
was 26,
who's the
Jordan was
starting five?
29.
Who's the starting five for the Dream Team
I don't
that
even.
year?
I would have to let me look.
I don't know, but the
I think it
squad
was
was
John
touching Lakers.
Stockton,
That around, they changed that around a bit,
Jordan.
depends on what was going on. Like they had some people they closed with, you know, the older dudes, Magic, Bird, they just got put on the team. They didn't really play a lot, you know, because Bird had the bad back. Like, I mean, you got to think, like, so if Pippen and Jordan was 26 and 29, Drexler was 30, Malone was 28, Stockton was 30,
Yeah, I'm
Mullen
looking at that too. Yeah,
was 29, and Magic was 32. Like these dudes were all in like the prime of what they should have been, except for David Robinson. He was right on the outside looking in. So yeah, they had more decorated careers than all of these dudes. So I do
At that point.
Yeah, at that point. Now, whatever these dudes turn into in the next 4 or 5 years, because that's what you're looking at for a few of
I
them.
don't know, cause
But you guys are just talking about y'all are.
Hold up.
Let's
All
be
of these-
clear for the viewers.
these
They're not talking about the
dudes got the same
superstars.
amount
They're
of
talking about the
accolades.
youngsters.
These dudes got the same amount of accolades. Who are we talking about that doesn't have accolades besides?
They're talking about like your Drew Holiday, your Bam, with Devin
Derek White,
Booker.
you just
Hold
clown.
on. They don't consider. Hold on. They don't consider Bam the top of his game right now.
I think
Hey,
he's pretty
bro,
much
I
going to be a
ain't
Hall
gonna
of
lie.
Famer.
That nigga Bam ain't got
I'll
no
swap him
smoke
out in
for
Clyde
motherfucking
Drexler.
Ewing or David Robinson. None.
You said what?
That nigga Bam cannot bang with David Robinson or Patrick Ewing, so we gonna eliminate him out the list.
But we wouldn't have used them. We would have used Embiid and Anthony Davis, nigga. What you mean?
So we don't match him up
going
with Christian
past
Laettner.
that.
There you go.
That's a whole different. That's a whole different thing. We're not considering Bam the top at what did he do? I'm sure y'all. Nobody was looking at Clyde Drexler but they consider him. He was at the top of what he did. Bam is the same thing. So what are we comparing? But it's the same type of team.
It's a very similar team.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said I couldn't pick, bro. I honestly couldn't pick, but I ain't gonna just play them to the side like they was.
No, I'm not saying that they could just gonna go out there and straight drag these niggas. But if
No.
I had to, if it's one game and I gotta pick a team, I'm going with these niggas, bro.
I would probably go with the original.
I would have to go with 92 if I
Espe-
had a if I
espe-
had a
Okay, then
bet
it's two
if I
too.
had a bet
Especially
on freedom. You had a bet
especially
your freedom.
cause
Who you going with?
especially because if we going with both teams at the top of the top, we got to talk about basketball. Which team is going to spread the floor more? This team, because they got more rings.
That don't matter. This is international ball. They
It
don't.
does. It's
Yes, it does. It matters even
basketball.
more.
It does
Your
not. Bro.
skills matter even more.
It
What do
does
you
not. That's
mean?
why they have different rules. That's why they say we historically struggle in the FIBA, bro, because of their rules. Like because of those.
Exactly. Because they're not as athletic. These dudes are athletic and they can shoot. They got listen, they constructed this team to be able to do whatever and play
Sounds
whatever
good.
style.
The idea that these dudes couldn't shoot threes is that they could shoot. They didn't shoot threes back then like that. Like that just it's a different game because everybody on this team could shoot it too.
Somebody,
it's
Blair,
correct.
Blair. They were shooting them enough that they moved the 3-point line up because these niggas wasn't hitting them. What you mean? They wasn't hitting them. They wasn't hitting them.
They weren't, but they didn't shoot them like that either. That wasn't the way the game went. Like it was a different game.
Yeah, I mean, of course they weren't shooting them like how they shoot them now today. Yes, I
Because
agree with that.
niggas are better
that's
at
a
shooting
fact.
them now.
I don't know.
Niggas are better at shooting them.
Shoot, bro. Shoot or shoot.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and I got a 1 through 5.
The era.
And I got a 1 through 5 that can do that.
I dig it. I feel like they would if they had to shoot that they could have shot two.
Not like these dudes.
Here's what I'm saying, bro.
Nah, I feel like if they could have did it,
doesn't matter. And
I
y'all
feel like if
all
they coulda
agree
did-
that when you're really
they
good,
woulda
that
did it.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
These
They
dudes
tried.
are,
and they
I
couldn't.
agree with that.
so in the era where they had to shoot threes, or that was the era of the time, they would have shot threes, bro. I don't feel like these dudes wouldn't have shot threes if that wasn't the era of the time.
Bro, we talk about
all of them being the greatest three.
every era we talk about good shooters. A lot of the good shooters from back then did shoot threes. It wasn't as many of them niggas that could do it. More niggas can do it
That's
now.
what I'm saying. The league hadn't shifted to threes or layups at that point. Everybody thought the three was a bad shot when they first brought it in.
That is true. That is true.
It took time before they came up with the idea that the three is a good shot, bro.
I'm not disagreeing with
They didn't
that.
shoot as many threes even with.
I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is it wasn't like these niggas didn't try to shoot threes. They shot them so bad that they moved the 3-point line up.
Everybody didn't try, and because the stigma that it was a bad shot, they had to incentivize them to try to shoot more of them. Like, hey, man, y'all need to shoot these threes. These actually count. But they didn't want to, so they just moved the line in and like, hey, try from here. Because everybody either shot layups or twos at that point because there was no three.
Sean,
like it took an entire generation.
What's up?
To shoot.
Sean, I'm gonna ask you this, right? You playing basketball, right?
Yep.
Are you gonna consider one of the most important things that you need space? Even with the game that they played. Like when they ran the triangle.
You don't want it to be crowded. That's why I salute like
even
AI
when they
and
ran the
Isaiah
triangle,
Thomas because they
you
went to
need
the paint.
space. And
Yeah.
I feel like, and that's why I'm saying, as a team, I feel like if I'm just looking at if I'm looking at it from a basketball sense, because most of us feel like this game is gonna be close. Both sides got reasons why they could win the game. So I feel like if I'm looking at it from a basketball sense, I feel like this team, whatever era, it just so happened that this team came up in this era. You gonna get a better sense of spacing because of the skill that the players had.
I agree with that.
So
I know what you're saying, and I see what Blair's saying, but more than likely, you will see Joel Embiid shoot a three before you see Patrick Ewing.
But yeah, and I'm not saying that this nigga Joel gonna sit in there and take 6 or 7 threes in this game. But I'm
He might.
saying the
He can't back
spacing that it's
nobody
gonna
down. He gonna
create.
shoot that jumper, bro.
I'm saying that the spacing, even the spacing that it's gonna create, is gonna help out this team more because the other team can't do that.
3-point shot has been in existence since June of 1979. So that is Magic's, Bird's whole career, this entire
Man,
Dream
That's
Team's
not
whole
that's
career.
not the point that he was
I'm gonna
saying,
stop you
bro.
right
It was like a taboo
You
I
bring
to shoot. They
understand what
they
you're
wanted
saying.
a
you bring
more
up
I
some
higher
understand what you're
percentage shot.
saying.
when the line
But
was
yet
crossed.
here, let me say this point. Why was Larry Bird so great at it then? Why didn't
Larry
everybody
Bird
else
was
have
good at
those same
shooting,
skills?
period. He could shoot from anywhere. It wasn't just threes. He could shoot from
Yeah,
any.
it wasn't just threes
Christian
with Larry.
Leitner, like you said, what's his name? Chris Mullin could shoot him.
Chris Mullin was a shooter too.
Okay. Then how come other people didn't expand that game to the 3-point line?
So back then, Caucasians were shooters. Black people were scorers.
I understood.
Nah,
I
that's for real.
understand
I'm
that.
not. Don't
I
act like
understand
stop,
that.
Chris. Don't act like race doesn't play a point in basketball.
I,
It's the same reason you don't see white cornerbacks. So don't act like the white
we
dudes,
do now.
the white dudes wasn't shooting and the black dudes wasn't slashing. That's what it was.
Whose fault is that?
Let's not act like
That's my
not what it was.
man.
Wait a minute, hold on. Craig Hodges was shooting in the motherfucker.
Craig
What do
Hodges
you
is a
mean?
black
I don't
dude,
understand.
and
It's
he
a lot
got
of people that were
in
shooting. Reggie Miller out
the
there shooting.
mid
It's a lot
90s.
of motherfuckers out there shooting.
They all
Everybody wasn't
showed up
expanding their
later.
game
Chris,
like that. Let's
Chris,
just call it what it is.
did they all shoot with Larry Bird? No.
They
So
didn't have the skill.
they
They
came
didn't have the skill.
later.
It's okay.
Later. So Reggie grew up 10 years with the free throw line, with the 3-point line before he got to the pros. All them dudes, time out. All them dudes showing up in the first 10 years, they said it was a
But see,
bad shot, Chris.
hold
They
on,
literally
Blair.
said the 3 was a
This is
bad shot,
this
bro.
is where I feel like you're proving my point. I'm not saying that this team is gonna go out there and shoot a bunch of threes, but the fact that you feel that this 3 is so threatening is gonna give me the spacing I need to do whatever I want to do.
I don't agree that that's how that works when you have talent. Like talent offsets a lot of that, bro. So just assuming that that little extra space from the 3-point line or whatever
I'm
they
just,
get is gonna
hold on,
No, I
like
disagree.
open the defense
I
of the
disagree.
other team. That's not that's
bro.
why when you
We
see
watch,
really good teams play each other, it's
dude,
never the way you say it's gonna be, bro.
we watch. This is, like I said, this is just how I think it's going to go. If I'm looking at it from a basketball sense, this team is gonna have better spacing. So I'm gonna take this team because of the threat. It don't mean that they're gonna go out there and shoot a bunch of threes. But that could mean that because I got Joel out here with this threat and I done dragged David Robinson out there or whoever else is playing center out there, that leave room for my LeBron or my KD or whoever. And I don't feel like you can get them same kind of matchups on the other side necessarily. It's like you're probably going to have to work harder on the other side to necessarily create a matchup because of the talent that you're talking about.
I don't know if it'll be that much harder.
And I think it'll be a close game, but I think if I'm looking at it in a basketball sense, I got to go with them because I feel like they got that edge.
Mm-hmm. And I agree. And y'all feel like
Of
92
course you agree,
would
because
get him.
LeBron plays with them guys.
No, not just because
I ain't
LeBron
even
plays
going
with
there.
these guys.
I ain't going there now.
I'm not saying just
Yours
because
is only
LeBron been on the
because
team. He's
LeBron
been
is
on
on
other
the team.
Olympic
I
teams.
don't believe that.
He's been on other Olympic teams that I was like, nah, I don't see it.
But everybody said nah. So the Olympic team goes through ebbs and flows, bro. Once they got smacked and they let pros in there, they went and smacked everybody for like 2 or 3 years. Then what? Nobody wanted to play. Everybody was like, I'm too cool for the Olympics. We lost. And everybody now like, I want to represent our country. Then we just lose FIBA. So who they put together? Like all these dudes who had wanted no parts of FIBA, but they want to play for the Olympics. So like you see what it is, bro. Like they go through ebbs and flow, which is why I can understand how they ended up with a team like this right now. Coming off the ball, you don't want to look bad. Even dudes that play ball that's like, I ain't too into the Olympics. They all want to play on the team after the other team loses. Like there's a lot, like just to that story and to that feel. So they tend to push that a lot more. And I'm not, this is a very good team. I'm not going to knock that, say it's not a good team. Some of the dudes I don't know about. I kind of knew about most of those dudes in 92. You kind of had an idea of what they were, who they was going to be. And I'm not saying, so a lot of these dudes are good, but a lot of them, some of them ain't clutch. Clutch is a thing. You only see it in clutch moments. Everybody don't get great clutch moments in their career. Like
I
clutch
don't know, man.
matter. And
You can say that
All
about
of
some players on
all
the
of them
original
niggas
team
wasn't
too.
clutch because Jordan and Isaiah and Bird won all the championships, niggas. None of them other niggas wasn't winning shit.
that's why
Magic.
Jordan
And Isaiah wasn't even on the
like Jordan
team, so
Bird
you
and
can't
Magic
even
was
say
there.
Oh
Isaiah,
yeah, not
Darius.
Isaiah. I meant
Jordan
Magic.
Bird and Magic was
That's
there.
what I
They
meant.
beat
To.
everybody, but they
Yeah,
saw a bunch
Jordan
of them
Bird and
dudes on
Magic.
the way, bro. I don't know what to say. They did win, but their teams were all like 3 Hall of Famers, 4 Hall of Famers. Like they had fantastic teams
Exactly.
they won with.
Hell yeah, they
You
damn
can't
so
win
did.
with bums. We all know you cannot win with bums, and you
You
need some
definitely can't.
dudes on your team to win. You probably need a couple future Hall of Famers. You need one. You need at least one dude that's like gonna be thought about. Like, hey, that dude might make it to the Hall. Like, you're gonna need help because you can't do it all by yourself.
Of course.
So I understand what y'all saying, man. But like, right. But at that point, Jordan was only 2 in, and it was just Magic and Bird. Because they ran
Yes.
like
Oh.
all of the 80s, bro. It was like Magic and Bird, Jordan,
Mm-hmm.
too, and you had the Pistons, but they didn't put Isaiah on there. So nobody from Detroit got put on that team. So there was no
And
Zeke. And you just get the other dudes in the league, but those dudes were pretty good.
this team still gotta win. So
Now, in the end,
That's
like
fair.
most of these dudes ended up with an MVP from the 92
Mm.
team. Like some of them didn't have it at the time. Like I know Barkley didn't get his. Drexler, I think, got his later. Oh no, was Drexler the year that
Drexler didn't get his.
Drexler was the year that Jordan beat him? Oh no, Drexler never got one.
No,
mm-mm.
Drexler never
Barkley
got one.
got one. Barkley
Barkley
got
got one.
Malone got one.
Malone got
Did
one,
Patrick
and
Ewing get one?
David Robinson got
No.
one. Patrick Ewing
David
never
got
won
one.
one.
Yeah.
David
Okay.
got one. What? How many is that? I mean,
Most of them.
yeah,
So like if you think of the dudes, bro,
one,
That's like
two.
5 players.
Carl, that's 4. Jordan 5. 6 is Larry. 7 is David. So like 5 of the dudes didn't win the MVP. Like, 7, 9 of them dudes was league MVP. So like, yeah. At some
Mm-hmm.
point, they did put together a monster squad.
Yeah, that is true, and I'm not disagreeing with that at all. Because this team only has about like 5 or 6 or whatever,
Hall of
but
Fame? Oh, you
they
mean
just lost one.
Yeah. But if I'm
They just
taking it
lost.
in
They
context,
lost
if
Kawhi.
I'm taking it in context, who all had their MVPs at the time?
Jordan, Magic, and Bird.
Who all got their MVPs right now?
Steph, KD, LeBron,
And
Embiid.
Embiid.
Embiid. Yep, Embiid. So
So
yeah, it would have been Jordan. Well, let me see. Jordan, Magic, Bird. Yeah, that's it.
And Bird wasn't even playing.
Nah,
I
he was
guess
pretty. His back was
back.
pretty trash at that point.
We're
Like,
doing this. We're doing this, thinking everyone is healthy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't want to get into because that's getting into the weeds. That's in the
Yeah.
weeds.
They
bro, if
said KD
everybody healthy,
practiced,
Larry Bird is a problem. Back Larry Bird was not the same
but
dude at
think
all.
about it right
No.
now, KD ain't healthy.
Dude, you know what's funny? Y'all talk about KD. I feel like KD calf thing, like dude gonna pop his Achilles again, bro. Like
Think so?
Damn.
Wow.
No,
that's been
bruh.
consistent. Like
Bree, I didn't
Damn.
say it.
No,
I didn't say
dog.
that.
calf stuff, like all that calf stuff that KD gets, that's how he blew his Achilles out last time by his calf going out first. They even caught off like so now when you get calf stuff, they don't even like to let him play because too many dudes have blown their Achilles out connected to a calf injury. And KD has had like a Achilles blow and he keep getting that calf injury. Like his body might be telling him, hey man, look, bro, we done did all we could. It's about time to start thinking about the exit. Like that first step for KD matters. The dude is tall, he's long. Like the calf for KD is bad because calf equals blown out Achilles before. So it's not like it can't lead to something else if he doesn't get it right.
I agree with
Damn.
you.
He
I
just
don't want
said
to put
some
that.
shit.
I don't even want to put that in the atmosphere.
I didn't. I'm not. I'm talking
I
about what's
understand.
happening in real life.
I know.
Things that are connected to KD. KD blew his calf out, then his calf blew his Achilles out, and
Yeah.
he had calf strains for like the last 2 or 3 years, bro. All you hear, KD got a calf strain. KD is out. Had the same strain when he was with Phoenix, bro. Like he had that joint last couple of stops.
And KD, bless ass over for you, bro.
Oh, you my dude, KD, man. I'm just saying, bro. Everybody get old.
Come
Everybody get old, bro. Acting like we don't all
on,
get old.
man.
We all get old.
Woo! That felt
Like
like
all
a
the basketball
prediction.
players, like all the athletes who retire from a sport,
He broke it down like science, didn't he?
retire.
Bruh.
You retire when you still feeling it, or you retire when you have nothing left because you can't leave. Like they either go too long or they quit before it's time. Like those are like right at the right time. Some dudes like, hey man, I just wasn't feeling it. But the dudes who hold on till the end, them dudes just can't let it go. KD didn't won everything you can win in basketball, bro. Like short of winning another ring outside of the Warriors, which I know he really wants to do, that's the only thing left
And
that
I
feel like people would get off your back. I don't know.
I understand we're going a little long for this topic, but I don't give a fuck. It's our show. But I just feel like KD is just going to be like KG. He's just going to go a little bit past his prime. He's going to be getting hurt more and more
Yeah,
often.
KG last like 2 years was super,
Yeah, it was just
super
like,
bad, bro. Like, bro, you gotta quit, man.
yeah,
David, everything
yeah.
you done been around
Because he
for
love to hoop,
years.
and we
Let it
love to
go.
watch him hoop.
I feel like KD would step down before something like that happens.
Yeah, I hope he would.
Feel like, let's say
I
he
don't want to
get,
see him go out like that.
yeah, I don't think he gonna take another major injury like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
I
he
feel
takes
like if
another
KD,
major injury, he probably gonna quit.
yeah, for sure. But right now, think about it. If you just had the year KD had last year, are you stopping? Do you
That's
feel
a
like?
lot of dudes don't
Do you
stop
feel?
that until their numbers go down the tubes, bro.
But
I think KD had a great season last year, but he also had a couple injuries and it's in that same calf region.
yes, but it wasn't like. Did you notice the drop off in the numbers because of it?
Nah.
No.
When you say drop off, you mean went from 30 to 26?
Yeah, because if
Mm.
you talking about
That was
somebody
about the
thinking
drop
about,
off. He went from like 30 to 26 or something like that.
I'm about to see right now.
Well, I think part of that is because of the team that he's playing on, who he's playing with too. I don't
Yeah,
think he has to
this
be as
year.
aggressive, but I think that's part of the reason why
Hold
he
on,
wanted to be on that squad, so he didn't have to
hold
be
on.
as aggressive.
Also, this year he played 75 games.
He did play a lot of games.
He
Hmm.
averaged 27, 7, and 5.
And what did he average? I'm looking it up now. What was the year before?
26. He only played 8 games.
Oh, okay.
This has been his healthiest season since 2019.
It's been a minute, right?
Yeah, but in 2018, 2019, he played 78 games and averaged 26. He played less games in 2021 and 2022. He only played 55 games. He averaged 30. The next year, he averaged 30 again. And he
Mm-hmm.
also played in a little bit of games. So this year, with a
Oh,
Devin
game.
Booker,
Hey, that's when he got traded at the end. Is that it?
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
So this year,
Okay.
with sharing the ball with another 28-point scorer a night in Devin Booker, he averaged 27. And you know he more efficient than that boy.
Yeah.
Devin Booker, looter shooter, dog.
He be throwing them up there, don't he? Be just throwing them up there. I'm just throw this bitch up there, see if it go in. Shit.
You know, I don't. Oh, I ain't gonna get into that right now. I don't want to.
Yeah, yeah. I was about to say something. I just left it alone too. Uh, Moving on. Moving on. I'm gonna write down that thought and I'll get back to it. We got to talk about the ESPN top 100 athletes of the 21st century. They released this list. I did not even hear about this. I did not see them advertise it. I don't really be watching ESPN like that no more, if I'm being honest with you guys. But yeah, the list is interesting. So the top 10 that they had of the 21st century, number 10, they had Kobe. Number 9, they had Usain Bolt. Number 8, they had Tiger Woods, Tiger Woods, y'all. Number 7, they had Simone Biles. Number 8, they had Roger Federer. Number 5, they had Tom Aloysius Brady. Number 4, they had LeBron James. Number 3, they had Lionel Messi. Number 2, they had Serena V. Williams. And number 1, they had Michael "I'll be swimming" Phelps. So, what is your opinion of this said list? Do you agree with the list? Would you change some things? You could give me your list. That it's all up to you. How do you feel about this ESPN top 100 athletes of the 21st century?
I feel like the top 10 was pretty good.
I ain't bad at it. Like the
Yeah,
people
I
they
do feel like you could have found who was the top baseball player of all time. You probably could have slid him in there over Kobe.
well, you got to think that you talking about a baseball player of all time. It's just the top baseball player since 2000.
Oh yeah, 2000.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
since
talking.
2000 on. So it's really only like the last 5 years.
I will have to see who it is. But I feel like at least the top 10. I feel like it's straight, man. I
Those
see
are,
why.
I
I
mean,
understand why Michael Phelps is number one.
I
But the
do.
dude,
I
yeah,
do.
it's
they
crazy.
hold
I do.
Olympics really high, bro, because you only get to do that once every 4 years.
However, I have a difference of opinions.
But no, you don't think Michael Phelps is the greatest?
No. I'm not saying that. I don't think he's the greatest athlete of the 21st century.
Who is?
Simone Biles.
Why?
No,
Because
no.
she is
That's why.
hold on. I'm
Why?
telling you, I'm about to tell you.
That's why.
She's hands down, just like Michael Phelps is the greatest swimmer of all time. She is the greatest gymnast of all time, which
Does
is
she have?
all athleticism. It's
Does
about
she
jumping,
have
flipping,
more,
turning,
Do
spinning.
you
more
realize?
Olympic medals
He
than
said
Michael
spitting.
Phelps? Does she have
I
more
understand. I
about the
understand.
worlds in the middle?
That nigga
Because we
said
ain't talking
spitting.
about what Michael Phelps did in the middle.
I I
Does she have
understand.
more
I
Olympic
Hey,
medals
hold
than
on,
understand.
Michael Phelps?
No,
hold
she
on.
does not, because she
Okay.
does not have as many
Okay.
attempts that he has at getting that many medals.
Time out. What you
One,
mean is many
two.
attempts?
She doesn't get
She's
that
been
many
competing
attempts.
since she was
What
like
you mean?
12, bro.
He got 8 attempts in one Olympics. She's not gonna get 8 attempts to get 8 different medals.
Oh,
She's
you
just
talking
not.
about because he got 8? So,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So
But
she's
she
not
don't.
gonna have that.
so
But
until
what
she
I'm saying
passes,
is
until she
But she
she
could
passes,
is
she can't keep
she's
definitely.
moving
every
on.
bit as
Hold on,
dominant,
Chris.
and it requires a
Hold
lot
on,
more
Chris.
athleticism to
Hold
do
on,
what she
Chris.
does.
Then
Even
what?
though she,
I
Swimming?
wouldn't say
even
Then
hold
that.
on,
what?
hold on.
Swimming?
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
Hold on.
that.
Crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
you
Do y'all know
tripping,
what you see what gymnastics do?
Time out, Chris.
Gymnasts do
You know, we
bruh.
both know that it's hard to do a
to
flip,
swim.
but
Yes.
you can learn to do a flip. You might not be able to do all the Simone Biles stuff, and we all know
You not.
we all know what swimming is. Do you know how hard it is to move fast in the water?
Yes.
We all know that, right?
I'm not
Yeah.
disrespecting what
Let
Michael
me
Phelps does.
Hold on,
But what
Chris.
I'm saying
is
is
not swimming.
No, they're
no.
equally.
And what she does,
Hold
hold on,
on,
and
Chris.
what she does is
Hold on,
much
Chris.
more dangerous. She
Hold
could
on,
die
Chris.
doing what she
We
does.
don't add
You and
danger,
this
bro.
nigga can't drown.
This is not Mountain
I'm
Dew.
telling you how I
This
feel.
nigga can't drown.
Not extreme sports, bro. We are not adding danger to this. It's not a
I'm
danger
telling you
element.
how I feel. I'm talking about athleticism. I'm
This is.
talking about
Are
the
you
shit
telling?
that she
Hold on, Chris.
does is
Hold on,
amazing.
Chris. Hold on, Chris. Are you telling me that this man that has his body submerged in a deep pool of water doesn't take the risk of drowning?
What I'm telling you is it's more
Hold on.
dangerous. What
And
she does is more
and
dangerous.
So
hold on.
we gonna weigh
Hold
the
on.
danger against the medals?
Yeah.
I'm not weighing danger against the
No.
medals. I
Hold
just
on,
talk about
Chris.
straight
Hold
athleticism,
on,
and y'all
Chris.
just trying to push that shit to the
No,
side.
no, no,
I'm talking
no,
about
no,
what
no,
she
no.
do,
No.
what
Listen
she
to
has to do.
This is the part
listen
that
to
I
what
don't
I'm saying,
understand,
Chris.
bro.
Listen
What
to
do
what
they
I'm saying,
consider
Chris.
swimming? What do they consider swimming, Chris?
I didn't say it's not
Why
athletic,
not?
but
Stop.
it's
Just
much
answer the
harder to do
question.
what she do
Answer the
than what he
question.
I
do.
Answer
disagree.
the
I
question.
I don't.
disagree.
I think it's way harder. How
Swimming.
many people you know?
Hold
Look,
Swimming
on,
is
hold on.
everybody that can
And
swim
You're
can
Chris,
not
swim.
gonna
hold
answer
on.
I
the
Hold
understand that
question.
it's
on,
hard to
Chris.
swim fast,
Swimming
but
is
Hold
nigga,
on, Chris.
considered the
most people ain't
only
doing
sport.
torch flips
Chris,
if they can
Hold
do
on,
a
Chris.
flip.
it is
Most motherfuckers ain't grabbing on the bar
generally,
and flipping.
Chris, swimming is considered the
Yes,
only sport where you use every muscle in your body.
Right?
Yeah.
Only
Yes.
one. The only
Understandable.
one that they say you
hold
Understandable.
use
on.
everyone
Yeah.
all the time
Yeah.
to swim.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So
Right.
she has explode. He's using
Right.
every muscle all the time. And you saying
Right.
she's in better shape. Why?
Hold on,
I ain't
Chris.
saying better shape. I
Hold on,
said it's
Chris.
much harder to do what she
Hold on,
does than
Chris.
what
That's
he
not.
do,
Hold on.
to
If
Hold
my
that
on.
was
opinion.
true,
Hold
Michael
on.
Phelps would have
Hold on,
never
Chris.
been able to do
I'm
what
about
he did. It's not easy to do what he
I'm
did.
I
about
didn't say it
I'm
was easy.
I'm
That's
about to
not what
make
I'm
2
saying.
points. I'm about to make 2 points. Me personally, I think they're equally as hard. First off, you're gonna find more niggas doing competitive gymnastics than you're gonna find them doing competitive swimming. Two, Simone Biles may have had less chances to get medals, but in them times that she's had to get medals, has she maximized what she could get the way that Michael Phelps has? No. No, she has not.
That's fair.
You
That's
say
fair.
that, Chris, she's been in more
That's
Olympics
fair.
than Michael Phelps,
That's
bro.
fair. No, she hasn't. No, she
Yes,
hasn't.
she has.
No,
Okay.
she hasn't.
How many Olympics
No,
has she
she
been in?
hasn't.
Four?
I think this right
Three?
here is her fourth
Four?
one.
That's Michael Phelps is in like 3 of them.
Listen, all I'm saying is,
And she took a break for her
This
mental health.
nigga crazy.
That ain't
yes,
Michael Phelps' fault.
2 years.
Michael Phelps
That
got to
That ain't
smoke
Michael
weed.
fault,
That's
bro.
different. That's different,
Oh
bro.
my
Mike
That
got the
ain't
god.
smoke.
Michael Phelps' fault.
Mike got the smoke. She ain't get the smoke. She
No,
was in the middle with a turkey. Like, you know what I'm saying? She
nobody's.
couldn't do that.
Guess what, man? I can't penalize him
Oh,
for
I'm
that.
sorry. Michael Phelps.
I'm not
is five of
penalizing.
them joints. Michael
I'm
Phelps.
Oh
just saying what
man,
it is.
Chris
I'm
reaching, man.
I'm not
This
reaching.
nigga
She
super
doing
reaching,
shit.
bro.
Wait a minute. She doing shit nobody else in the history of Earth
So hold
has
on.
been able to do.
You
If
think
that's
she
the point,
hold
then
on,
what
Chris?
happens to the
Think
world
she
records that Michael
dominated
Phelps
him?
holds? He set
You
records too, guy.
Well, no, I'm not saying that he didn't. I'm saying
What are
is
we talking
don't
about?
diminish how I feel about her just because you don't feel the same way. All I'm saying is, in my opinion, what she does is harder. Like he just
I
said,
gotta
is
use that line against you, bro.
more people that do gymnastics, but that makes it harder for her because she did better than all these motherfuckers.
That nigga
They
hitting the
what?
high
understand.
notes.
They
He
got
Guess what, Chris?
moves
everything.
Hold
named
on,
after
Chris.
her.
No, nobody's diminishing what she's done. People gonna talk about other gymnasts. And when they talk about swimming, all they talk about is this nigga Michael Phelps, man. What the fuck you
They
mean?
talk about
Are
other
you gonna
gymnasts after
tell me?
her.
Hold on. So are you?
They
So
gonna
are
talk
you
about
telling?
when the Olympics
So
come up.
are you telling me you feel like Simone Biles was more dominant in her sport than Serena was in hers? Get the fuck out of here.
Not over the long
Get the
period of
fuck out of
time,
here.
no. But when
Get the
she's in it, yeah,
hold on.
I kid
Hold
not,
on,
bro.
bro.
yeah,
Simone Biles,
nobody's
You can't
touching her.
this is her third
you
Olympics.
can't and like I said, you can't penalize Michael Phelps just because you felt like he had more opportunities. He maximized his more opportunities more than Simone did. And she's
That's
probably the
fair.
greatest to ever do it in her sport. But if
It's
we
not a
gonna compare,
probably. It's a for sure.
if we gonna compare the two, hey, he's serving this nigga the apple, bro. This nigga the greatest. This nigga the greatest.
That's great for you guys. I don't have that. I think I have
Over
her.
LeBron, Chris.
Yeah, I said what I said, nigga. Did I stutter?
This
I
nigga,
watched this girl do shit that nobody else has been able to do.
what you
Period.
mean?
That is
I've
very
watched him do things that
That
nobody.
hold
We watch
on.
all these
You're
people being able to
being
do nothing
no.
that nobody in the
You're
history of the
being
earth has been able to do. But this girl, bruh, It's amazing. And when you watch it, I'm just like, ain't no way that I'm ever even attempting to even do some shit like that.
So you gonna attempt to do what Michael Phelps do?
I swim, don't I? I just don't swim fast.
Bro,
I'm never attempting to do what she does. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm
it
cool
doesn't
on
matter,
that,
bro.
but
I know
that's
100
what I'm saying. I'm
niggas.
not factoring that
Guess what?
in. I'm just
Guess
saying
what?
that
I can
she on
also
a different
say
level
that.
to me.
Hold on. I can also say I know 100 niggas that ain't never seen a motherfucking gym go back out there and do triple backflips and double pirouettes and all of that shit, and they ain't even smelt an ounce of training. What you mean?
Great, but they still can't do what she do.
That's not true.
And guess what?
It is true
don't
because
matter.
they would have
And
done
guess
it.
what? And guess what? It don't matter. It don't matter if you try to get in the water and swim as fast as fucking Nemo, nigga. You can't do what Michael Phelps did because the
I
only
didn't say
nigga
I
that did it
could.
was him.
But what I said, but see,
He the only nigga
also
that did it. And
them
he
niggas
did
can
it
try to flip
more.
like Simone, but they
He
can't.
he did it
That's
more.
wrong. That's all I'm saying. That's
He
all
did
I'm
it.
saying. It's the
It
same
be
amount of
different.
respect.
Chris,
I'm just saying, well, I
Chris,
feel like what she
Chris,
does is a little harder for me.
Chris, it'd be different if the medal count was close. The medal count not even sniffing each other, bro.
Understandable. Cool. That's great. Understood. Great. I still feel the way I feel. I said it's Simone for me. Y'all can feel like it's Michael Phelps. That's cool. It's not for me.
I ain't taking her over Messi either,
I would.
or LeBron,
I would.
because all that shit hard.
Yeah, I'm not saying none of this stuff that I'm not saying any of this shit is easy. I'm just saying I understand what I see out there that she does is absolutely amazing. And I know it's hard.
It's very impressive, Chris. I give you that.
Yeah, I
I'm
said
not,
it.
I'm not,
Say it, Chris. Yeah, I said it.
I mean that's just how I feel. I'm sorry. And for me, like you said, Serena is probably number 2 for me. And then I got Michael Phelps. And then I would probably have LeBron. Then I would have Messi.
Ain't no way.
I'm
Then I would
always
have
confused about
then I would have Tom
You
Brady. Then maybe Roger Federer.
Simone Biles.
gonna,
Serena
you gonna
Williams.
take somebody who has completely obliterated their sport for anybody, nobody has done on a level, no matter what sport they played in, on the level that Michael Phelps has done, considering that this nigga only get to compete at these times, bro. The same argument
He's eight
he
goals
done
and
it like 4 times as much, bro.
hard, bro. It's just hard.
I understand.
And the nigga, how doing it? What's happening?
All right, you talking about dangerous?
Man,
I think Simone Biles is more okay. I mean, she's
he ever ate an edible
Right,
nigga
let me ask you
underwater?
this: would you ever attempt to do what she does?
I would
Hell
never attempt
nah.
to do.
What do
I
you
wouldn't
mean?
attempt to
That's
do
all
what
I'm saying. That's
I
all I'm
would
saying.
never
What do you
attempt to do
mean? When
what
I was
neither
young,
one
yeah,
of
I would have
these
tried it.
people do.
That's all I'm saying. So you'll
When I
do
was
the
young,
high
when I
bar.
was young, yeah, I would have
Bruh.
tried it.
You'll do the hard bar shit
You ain't
too.
never swung on monkey bars before, bro? Come on,
Not the
man.
Yep,
flip, not the
crazy.
flip off, nigga. No, not the way that they
Bruh.
do it.
You're
You
not
flip to
adventurous.
another one.
I'm sorry, everybody ain't adventurous, bro. I jumped off buses
I
as a
done
kid.
jumped
It's
out
not
of
it's not a
swings,
huge
all
thing,
that
bro.
shit.
Of
It's
course,
something
but
people
that's
do.
not the same thing, guys. This
Chris,
woman is flipping up over the
Chris,
bar. Come on, guys.
Chris.
That's
It's gonna be the
momentum
same
and holding
thing.
on, bro. What are you
It's
talking
gonna
about?
be the same thing no matter which one of these sports you can find a risk in
Yeah,
any of these sports. What you mean?
I understand that, and I get
The
it.
amount of risk is equal.
I get it. But me personally, I feel what she does is a little bit more impressive to me.
Well, she should have won. If it was that much more impressive, the medal count should have been closer.
Yep, she still got another Olympics to go. So
We gonna
we'll see.
see. I know who she ain't passing.
Yep.
Can she catch up in this Olympics? Because if not, her shit is done.
No, she'll have the most, and I think she's the most already. She's the most decorated gymnast of all time, but I think she's
Oh,
just pushing it out.
oh, my bad. We was talking about the most decorated Olympian of all time.
Yeah, that's great. And how many more times did he get to be an Olympian and be on a team and be in an event that he could
They say he
win
was in
in
5 of
more
them. They
events.
say he was in 5.
Okay.
Bro, maximize sounds like somebody maximized what they had. I can't penalize him for that. Because you penalizing him for maximizing what he
I'm
had.
not
He had the
penalizing
same.
shit. I
He had
gave
the
you my
same.
opinion. And y'all don't like the
See,
answer because y'all feel like I should go with that nigga.
no,
And I'm
no,
not.
no, 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 no.
That's all I'm saying.
All I'm doing is giving you a rebuttal. That's all I'm
Yeah,
doing.
that's great.
Exactly. And what I'm saying is she didn't maximize the same way that this dude did.
And I
That's
agree
what I'm
with you.
saying.
I agree with you on that part because the last Olympics she had a mental lapse, and I understand that. That's
Hey,
well
guess what?
documented. We all
Oh
Guess what?
understand.
man.
Guess what? Sound
I'm
sound
not.
like
I'm not.
sound,
I'm not
sound like
saying
you
that she's
chipping the
not. But
wood off your own tree
it does.
now.
No, because it still doesn't diminish everything that she's done and the things that she can do. This girl still, first of all, right now, she's not even supposed to be in the Olympics right now because they say that she's too old. That's
Yeah,
the
usually
point.
she's aged out by now. Yeah, that's true.
Thank you. So if she goes back and does it again, bruh,
Kill everybody.
she is.
Good.
That's all I'm saying.
She
What
the
do
best
y'all got?
gymnast.
So
She the
y'all
best
agree with the whole
Olympian.
list?
I mean,
No.
that 10 is that 10, bro. Like the order is it's questionable, but the 10 is fine. I'm not mad at the 10 people on that list because everybody on that list has had a career that looks stellar and amazing, and most of them were over like 15 to 20 years. So it's just it's a lot of things, but that list I'm not mad. Like Simone Biles getting the top spot, I didn't see that. Like I'm surprised they gave Serena number 2, but they did. So
Ooh, where did you think she was gonna land?
I don't know. I'm surprised that they made her number 2. Like I get it, she just retired.
I
She's
wouldn't
kind
have
of
been mad if she was anywhere in the top 5. Because
yeah.
all the people in the top 5 are considered the best at their respective sports. Like if Lionel Messi was top 2, I can't be mad at him because he's the face
That
of the
dude's got like
in the
crazy
world.
numbers compared to like the best footballer, the best soccer dude, like Pele.
And you
Like his
talking
numbers
about
compared to Pele are fantastic, bro. Like it's
yes, and you talking about the biggest sport in the world. So
and he won on the biggest stage at the big when it counts the most. Like all that stuff matters to me. Showing up when you're supposed to matters, bro. It just does.
But I feel like you could have rearranged the top 5 probably anyway. Yeah, some of the once you get past the top 10, it do get kind of.
I feel like the rest of it's got to be subjective, bro. Because everybody feels differently about certain sports and certain things. But that top 10 is pretty locked in. It's people who had a long career with like very high levels of success.
What do y'all think about Floyd Mayweather being at 25?
That's fine.
I ain't
Does
got no
anybody
problem.
have a problem with that?
Bro went undefeated in the 2000s. How can you be mad at that dude?
The people that are ahead of him is Albert Pujols, Kevin Garnett, Sidney Crosby,
Because
Diana
everybody feels
Taurasi.
like you got to think. So Albert Pujols was good. Sidney Crosby was the man in hockey, bro. Been the man since he came in. Floyd is a boxer. Boxing's not super popular anymore. If he was like, I'm pretty sure Ali was high on the list when they did
Ali was
for
one,
the. You see what I'm
I
saying?
thought,
Like I'm pretty sure
or
Ali
two,
would have been high on the
one or
list
two.
if they would have done something for the last century or whatever. But because boxing's not as high, Floyd's record was good, but Floyd didn't. He wasn't like a knockout artist. He wasn't. So he talked a lot, but he like didn't flashily knock dudes out. He just beat you up. So like I can see why he went undefeated, but some people feel some way about Floyd. They feel like Floyd was more calculating in his approach to boxing, and it could be weighed either way, bro. The dude still ended
I
up
wouldn't have
undefeated.
been mad. I wouldn't have been mad if he was higher either.
No, I would not have been mad about that one.
I'm just looking at the list. I'm like, man, I was trying to see, like, man, Terrell Owens didn't make this list. James Harden's on the list. Jason Kidd's on the list.
Well, for Terrell Owens, though, can you really say Terrell Owens was the number one wide receiver during his time?
No, I would definitely put in Randy, because Randy's on the list. Randy is number 27. But
Mm-hmm.
T.O. had a different career. These are journalists, bro. They weigh that
yeah,
stuff differently.
but I will put Terrell Owens right behind Randy. But how they're doing the football players, just like they put him in right at the end. So number 10 is Charles Woodson. Number 100, I'm sorry. Number 100 is Charles Woodson. 99 is Ed Reed. And then they start, like hockey players.
Another thing that's going to factor into that is football is only super popular over here.
And popularity matters, bro. Like popularity of the person.
Everything else translates a little bit better. Even down to hockey, racing, baseball.
Yeah, I didn't see any race car drivers on this list.
Tennis, all of that junk, and basketball. All of that junk translates more to the world than football does.
It would have only been a couple of race car drivers.
Yeah.
That you could pick.
I mean, Lewis Hamilton, yeah. Lewis
Hamilton
is on here.
Hamilton is probably
Lewis Hamilton is 19. But I ain't seen any I ain't seen nobody else. What is his
You gotta
name?
understand. So you gotta think. The early 2000s, they moved around, but Schumacher was a remnant from the 90s. So he won and did some crazy stuff in the early 2000s, but he was still big from being good in the 90s. So his whole career doesn't start at 2000. So a lot of his accomplishments and the stuff he did was before 2000. Lewis Hamilton won 7 in a row or some crazy number, bro. I'm surprised Verstappen's not on there. Verstappen's probably on there somewhere because he done won the last 4 or 5 with crazy numbers, and they might not put him on there yet because Lewis Hamilton has the record. 7 is the record. You know what I mean? 7 is the record for championships for a driver. He just won his first race in 3 years, bro. Because Verstappen has been crushing everything since he started winning, since he showed up. So racing is a little, comes and goes, but the dude who's been killing it recently is Lewis Hamilton. Verstappen actually the most recently, but Hamilton ran off 5 or 6 straight championships before that.
Dude, they have Kawhi Leonard at 85. I will put him further down the list.
Yeah, I would definitely put Charles Woodson ahead of him.
I will put Charles Woodson, Darrell Revis, who was behind him as well.
I feel everybody
Ed Reed.
What would Kawhi be if he wasn't hurt type of deal?
Man.
You see him perform on big stages when he shows up.
With what Kawhi did, he's just as decorated as a Charles Woodson or Darrell Revis. And he was the leader of a team when he won a championship. And he got 2 Defensive Player of the Years.
2 Finals MVPs.
Charles Woodson got what? 1 chip?
Yeah, he has 1 chip. Mm-hmm.
Darrell Revis
he's been
one defensive player of the year.
1 Defensive Player of the Year.
Heisman Trophy.
A Heisman Trophy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Got the Heisman.
He's been to 2 Super Bowls, won 1.
Got robbed in the AFC Championship game.
They have Chris Paul at 83.
Ooh.
Take him off the list, bro.
See, you can put a Charles Woodson ahead of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They have Cheryl Swoops at 81. Bryce Harper at 79. Bernard Hopkins at 78.
What's the title of this list again? Is it the best athlete?
Yes. The top 100 professional athletes since the year 2000.
Just the athlete, not the top athletic athletes
since 2000.
Since 2000.
Athletes since 2000.
Yes. Exactly. I mean, I think I got an issue with the rest of the list because I wouldn't do it in that order.
That top 10 is pretty solid.
The top 10, I feel like it could be it's it's interchangeable depending on who you're talking to be honest with you. Um, because Usain Bolt got
And
an
I watch
argument too.
ESPN, so ESPN, you know what I'm saying, show me love.
Usain
Don't
Bolt
give
stretch
Chris
is only
nothing.
like 8 years or 2 Olympics or 3 Olympics or something like that.
But he was
Mhm.
super dominant. Like
His
Hussein, I think
his
Hussein
run
Bolt
was
might be
legit,
three or
bro.
four
His
in my
run
on
was
my
legit.
page.
3 or 4.
But
Three or four, Hussein.
that's why the Olympic people get rated higher because they only get a chance every 4 years to show you something. Like
Right.
they
Mhm.
consider that to be like ultimate clutchness, bro.
That's why this nigga Michael Phelps is Superman.
Yeah, he a monster, bro. I can't take it away from him.
Mhm.
Nah,
Yeah,
man. They missing what's my man name?
yeah, because that's what
Willie
I'm thinking.
Beamen, man. What you mean?
You said who?
Willie
Shit,
Beeman.
What?
they ain't got Batista on that motherfucker.
Oh, they had no wrestlers.
Yeah,
Oh,
no wrestling.
yeah, they didn't
Batista
have
should
any
be on that
wrestlers. They
motherfucker.
do have Michael Schumacher on there on here at 29.
Do y'all feel like
I know Schumacher had a
issue?
crazy run, bro. He got like some stupid numbers in F1.
Is it an
Crazy
issue?
numbers in F1, bro.
Is it an
Rock.
issue not having at least one wrestler?
No,
The Rock should be on that
Ooh,
they
motherfucker.
don't consider wrestling a sport.
That's
no,
entertainment.
They don't consider wrestling a sport, period.
Well, they don't consider professional wrestling a sport.
Right.
So
There's been no
that's what I'm
dominant
saying.
crazy wrestlers coming out
Yep,
like
I
there
ain't
used
gonna
to
lie.
be, bro.
It is some crazy wrestlers.
Oh,
I
I
have
know it's
to
the dude.
name.
It's some dude that won. He got to try out. Who was it? Some professional wrestler that was like number one, the number one wrestler. He won the men's national. Like they invited him to somebody's football camp. Was it the Steelers? I'm gonna look. Some
Oh, I
some
know who you
wrestler,
talking about.
like
Yeah.
actual like college wrestler, never played a drop of football in his life. They signed him to a contract to somebody's team. Let me see.
Yeah, I know who you talking about.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
mhm. KD is at 39. Barry Bonds at 38.
You said who at 39?
Kevin Durant. Barry Bonds is at 38.
Where's Curry?
Steph Curry, I think, is 13. Dwayne Wade's 35.
But his name is Gable Stevenson.
Yeah, Gable Stevenson. That's
He's
who it is.
switching from football. He was the Olympic. He won
They
an
ha-
Olympic medal.
they have the Joker at 28.
Oh,
Oh, with
Woo.
the Bills. That's who it was. He got signed to the Bills.
Let me
That's just
see.
recency bias.
Ooh,
Chris, who
they
do
got
you
the
think is on the list that don't belong on the list?
that don't belong on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Somebody that I feel like that doesn't belong on the list. That um um I would probably say um Roy McIlroy.
hell nah, he
McElroy?
deserved it.
You don't think Roy deserved to be on there?
You mean
You
the
think
world number one golfer at one point?
Hey, I say
he
CP3,
was?
bro.
He was. Ooh, you say CB3 needs to get booted out?
Yeah,
Booty.
Rory McIlroy was like number one in the world, bro.
Yeah, I understand that. Um, I'm trying to think how long was he number one. But I'm trying to think of the majors that he won
I
as
think he
well
took
too.
over after Tiger Woods lost it.
I believe so. Let me
Like after T Woods wasn't number one.
I gotta see how many majors he has. Because I don't remember him winning a lot of majors.
100 at number one. The next closest dude to him is 97.
Dang.
At that time. Because Tiger was number one for 683 weeks.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like after Tiger lost it, I think Rory picked it up. He was number one for a couple years.
How many majors did he win? Let me see.
Quite a few.
I think he has like 3.
Roy McIlroy,
Yeah.
he got 4 majors.
He got 4. Yeah. He got 4 majors.
He has 26 PGA Tour victories, and he spent 122 weeks as the world's #1 golfer.
He, along with Jack Nicholson and Nicholas and Tiger Woods, he is one of 3 players to win 4 majors by the age of 25. That means Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus.
I'm on the internet now.
That's good.
Controversial.
Good.
Shit. I feel what she did for the culture. Shit, I would have left Venus off.
Nah. Nah.
And Chris
Nah.
Paul.
Yeah, Chris
Well,
Paul getting the boot,
Venus
bro.
is on there not for what she did against her, but what they did together in the doubles, I think, because they dominated that for years.
Do y'all feel Jason Kidd should be on the
Once
list?
Serena beat Venus never really beat Serena again.
So this is what they considered with Venus. 7-time major singles champ, 5-time Wimbledon champ, 270 major match wins, 5th most. And she has appeared in 89 singles major matches.
I don't know, because I feel like you got to take her numbers out from when they showed up in like the mid 90s.
Mm-hmm. She right under.
If it's supposed to be from 2000 on, everything you did before that shouldn't count.
Right. So right above her is Kawhi.
That'll be a lot of people
way
then.
before the 2000s when she was killing Serena all the time. Like Serena couldn't beat her for a while, but then when Serena beat Venus retired pretty much. Like, I'm not doing this. I'm not about to keep losing to my sister. She pretty much quit tennis and went to go be a model somewhere. I'm dead serious, bro. You laughing? I'm dead.
I'm saying, bro.
She was still playing. She just wasn't winning the majors like that.
Once
Because it was Serena.
Once Serena beat her, bro, she quit tennis. She's like, I'm not doing this. She's not gonna be just dragging me around. I'm gonna sit here just be fighting my little sister for medal wins, and I ain't gonna beat her. As the older
they did it a couple times.
Like, yeah, I'm out of there. They think I'm kind of pretty. I'm gonna go be a model. She had more of the quote unquote model-esque body, so they put her in a bunch of modeling stuff.
Good model for me. See.
Okay.
Bryce Harper, 2-time MVP.
They got Mike. So if they got Bryce Harper on there, Mike Trout is on there.
Yeah, Mike Trout's on here. Shelly Ann Fisher Price is on here. I mean, I'm just going through it. I don't know who else I would. I'm definitely not taking off no Lisa Leslie. Mookie Betts. Nah. Shaun White got to stay. Manny Pacquiao's got to stay.
You can't take Shaun White off, dude.
Yeah, can't take Shaun White off.
Jason Kidd's at 69.
That's who you leaning towards, ain't it?
Yep.
James Harden. John Bones Jones that's definitely not Mia Hamm. Allison Felix.
James Harden at 67, and I feel like if he gonna be on there, that's still too high.
Yeah,
he's too
it's
high.
definitely too high. Candace
Over
Parker, Mariano Rivera, JJ Watt, Calvin Johnson's on here at 57.
His run was like 8 years, bro.
And that's what I'm saying. If Calvin Johnson's on here, and I love Calvin Johnson.
Like the beard, and he was the guy. Like, he was at Houston for a while.
You taking him over Lisa Leslie?
When you say taking him over, you like me.
He mean career versus career.
Probably
Just in
not.
the aspect of what we looking at it in right now. They won
I mean,
shit.
like recent Cecil Leslie was.
That's it. But the accomplishments ain't even close.
Absolutely not.
That's why I'm like, man, he had to go behind her. Look at all these people under him that done won. This nigga ain't won
Okay.
shit.
Jimmy Johnson is on here. Jimmy
He won
Johnson is on here.
MVP.
Yeah, that's it.
Johnson, the coach.
He won MVP and
Oh,
he
you
won
talking about the
scoring
NASCAR dude.
title.
Jimmy
Yes.
Johnson also has won 7 NASCAR championships, bro.
Yes.
They got him at
And he
47.
like 3
Doesn't
or
matter.
4 in a
He's
row.
on the list. Like
Definitely. He won like
NASCAR
3 or
is one
4
of
in a
those
row.
things.
Ain't
Like that's here. That's like
Yeah, that's
here.
American.
I understand that. I understand because it's a lot of soccer players on here. Like I understand what they're talking about, but
Soccer is the #1 sport in the world, so it's hard to be like all our
yeah.
people are better. They did pick some random Joes, but like, of course, if you throw Olympians in there, ain't nobody ever mad at those dudes. Ain't nobody ever mad if you win every 4 years and you won for 20 years. Nobody's mad at that. They tend to remember what you did in the Olympics over what you did anywhere else anyway. So that's why the Olympic people are always ranked so high.
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know who I would probably take out. Maybe Chris Paul, but I know this. I know I would put T.O. in there.
Why you just like T.O.?
I think T.O. is the third greatest receiver of all time, and I feel like a lot of these people that you have in there, especially at the bottom, I don't consider Roy McIlroy the third greatest golfer of all time.
But he
Hey,
won.
I understand the career. I understand what he's done, but do you feel like he's more accomplished in what he done as
you watch golf like that? Pull out 10 golfers that better than Roy McIlroy. You probably only know 2: Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods. How many golfers do you know, Chris?
what do you mean? How many golfers do I know? If we're going over off of history,
the exact question I asked.
because he's playing. I understand what you're saying. There's not a lot of. I'm not watching golf to watch Roy McIlroy. If you ask me,
You ain't watching golf to watch none of them dudes except for Tiger.
The only one that I'm watching is Tiger Woods. That's what I'm watching.
Everybody was watching golf for.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, I personally
take the shine off of it. You only can look at their records and their numbers.
I get it. I get it. But I understand Phil Mickelson is on here. And he's higher, but I just think
Phil Mickelson had a better career than Rory at this point. Like Phil had a great career and it was longer.
Yeah.
At no point,
not as long as theirs.
At no point did you consider T.O. the best at his craft. Like Roy McIlroy was the best for 122 weeks in a row.
I don't think that well.
That factors into it too. And the fact that T.O. never won nothing. It wasn't even that he just didn't win best receiver.
Go ahead, stand 10 toes down if that's how you feel, Chris.
I mean, it is how I feel, but there was about a year or so there where you did think that he was probably the best in the league because
that's 1 year, Chris.
Randy, he said, period. I'm just going through my Rolodex in my memory.
You never thought he was better than Randy Moss if they played at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. When Randy played for the Raiders, he was way better than Randy at that time.
But you didn't think that was Randy's fault.
Hey,
did you think it was Randy's fault?
I didn't know. No, I had no idea if it was Randy or not. I had no idea if it was Randy or not.
You did not watch Randy Moss come into this league play for Minnesota.
Listen, don't sit up here and act like a lot of people didn't give up on Randy when he was with the Raiders, bro. A lot of people did.
From the Raiders to the Patriots.
Yes, he did.
And that's when he
he went from the Raiders to the Patriots
and set
And
the
then, but he
single
went. They
And
they
set
traded him
all
for a
other
six
receiver
round
records
pick.
for a season.
But they traded him for a 6 round pick. I'm just saying, like where he was. If we're going off of where he was and then what he became again, I understand.
So
You saying became?
He was.
He was never Randy.
That nigga like that
Never
nigga
Randy,
Jesus.
bro.
I'm talking about that one year or so,
Oh,
and I was just like, yo,
the 1 year, like, did Randy Moss lose it? And then you find out Randy Moss didn't lose it. Okay.
do you disagree
Yeah.
with any of the receivers they got over
The best
him?
receiver in football. I give you that.
Do you disagree with Calvin Johnson, Tom Brady, Charles Woodson, Darrell Reeves? Do you disagree with any of them?
um,
No, because
I
most
don't
of them
think so. I personally don't think
niggas
so.
more accomplished than T.O. So
I
where you
don't
gonna
think
put him on the
so.
list?
But I would still
Because
put
Charles
him on the
Woodson is
list.
over 100.
I would still put him on the list.
Soccer players, you pull all the
You
footballers.
gonna put him above Charles Woodson?
No, but I would still put him on the list. Is what I'm saying. Some of these guys just needs to be moved up. Some of these guys need to come off.
But you still ain't said somebody you think need to come off, bro.
I said probably Chris Paul or Roy McIlroy.
Shit. Chris Paul, we call this nigga the point guard. Some people think this nigga the best of all time.
Mm-hmm.
We don't think T.O. the best of all time. We just think he really good.
Yeah, I think he's very, very good. Very, very good.
I feel like his lack of accomplishment.
The third most receiving yards in NFL history. Good. Like it's hard to argue if we're going off of what he did on the field. It's hard to argue with the numbers, and then you put.
But
you know
lists
what I'm saying?
are not made by people that play on the field. Lists are made by reporters and people that was outside.
And I understand that, and they got a vendetta against him as well. But I mean, it is what it is.
If you not a freakish athlete, bro, winning matters a lot, especially when you did no winning, and at no point they didn't consider you the best, even at your
Because
at
Frank
your
Gore
position
is
in
like
your
really
sport.
high on the running list and like number 3 or number, but you don't consider him like the second or third best running back of all time, even though his numbers are ridiculously high.
No, but I don't think he's in. I don't view him like I view Terrell Owens.
But what
I know, and you also got to think Terrell Owens.
Frank Gore is like top 3.
Terrell Owens was also only a good for that amount of time. We saw a lot of bad T.O. Kind of everything after the Eagles.
Fair.
I'm telling you, man, I get it.
I still put him on the list.
I got you.
I still put him on the list, but
stick to your guns, man.
It is what it is.
Taking
Shohei
Kobe
Ohtani made the list. Ooh, I missed. Wow, I scrolled right past Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei on there?
Okay. Yep, 62.
He should be for all the stuff he does.
Well, that's a wrap for us today, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. If you agree with anything we said, put it in the comments down below. Until next week, dudes.
Peace.